One of the things that comes up with just about every client I have is around this issue of selfishness, self-centeredness, and selflessness. So we can start with selfishness. Nobody wants to be a selfish person. I'm sure you don't get up in the morning and go, I'm going to be a selfish bleep, and I'm going to feel really good about that by the end of the day. And what selfishness is really not caring about the impact of one's behaviors on others and wanting what you want and pushing that forward everywhere regardless of consequence. That's selfish. Selflessness can actually be very selfish, actually. So people can be pretending to be selfless because they think that's what makes them a good person. If they're always thinking of others and giving to other people like a good little martyr. But actually that's very tiresome for the people around them, and what they really want is straightforward communication, intimacy, and honesty, and you don't get that with people that are selfless in that way. There are other ways to be selfless, but that's what we generally run across. As opposed to a very mature, very powerful, very aligned, very indomitable, and very dignified self-centered. That self-centeredness is literally like to have a diagram of centered around the self. It's like on airplanes when you're told about emergency procedures to put your mask on first and then you take care of others around you, because that way you're sufficiently conscious enough to take care of the people around you. And that metaphor is actually quite powerful. When you do what's right for you, in the ways that are right for you and the people around you as best as possible, then you're nourishing yourself in ways that help you grow in your own resources so that you have more to give to others. Part of being self-centered as well, there's a big question here that hasn't been addressed of what is a self anyway. And I know that's a very, very big question. I can guarantee you it isn't what you think it is, because the self and the identity is comprised entirely of imagined thoughts, and I'll go into that separately elsewhere. The point is that when you are centered around yourself in a strong, kind way, you're boundaried, you're calm, you're nourishing, you're lovely to be around, you're easy to speak to, you inspire people, and you've just got it together and you're resilient enough to handle things.